Okay, we are live. We live, like Nina Moore likes to say. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm so excited that you're on here and you're wanting to learn a little bit more about building this business face to face. So I've been doing this for a minute, 5 years now. And for me personally, I have FOMO, I have fear of missing out. So I have always in these 5 years of having a business, I've always had a hybrid business. So in 2014, when I started this business, Facebook, people were not doing these kinds of businesses on social media. I didn't have a lot of Facebook friends. I had like maybe 100 to 200. So I did not really have a network when I got started in this business. And I knew that the best way for me to build my business and start making money quickly was to get wraps on people. I was my first guinea pig. So I boosted my starter pack. I got some extra products for me because I knew that my coworkers at the time, my friends at the time, my family at the time, it was going to take them a little bit to know the product, trust the company, and see my results. I knew they were going to ask me for my personal results, and that's what they were going to be interested in. And that's what was going to have them ask me, can I try that wrap? Can you show me what it could do for me? And I honestly did not know what the heck I was doing on Facebook because back in that day, there wasn't really top income earners in our company dominating social media. Everybody did it face to face. That's the way that I was taught. But I saw social media as a platform to grow my network while I was doing everything face to face and as a learning curve. I knew it was something that was always going to be changing and I was always going to have to keep up with those changes. So when I got started with Facebook back in 2014, when you could post 8 times a day, you wouldn't get put in Facebook jail. When you could put up before and after pictures and they did not have to be approved by corporate and have that corporate like disclaimer at the bottom, when our company was not asking us to do those kinds of things. I would show, if my client, my customer allowed me to, my personal results and their personal results. Because I didn't know where these pictures were coming from on social media from other teams. I didn't know who the source was or what that person was doing with the product because we didn't have that requirement back then. So you could easily be circulating some picture and not know where it was even coming from. And I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to always work my business ethically. So I asked my customers to give me their results. And I do that to this day. That's a big reason why I have a big customer base. Why my volume is always consistent is because I have a relationship with my customers. They don't just become my customers and I don't talk to them anymore. Like, they're your new best friend. You should know that they're having a grandchild or that they're having a baby, even if they're not ordering from you right now. That customer retention is super important for your business. Can't emphasize that enough, and I think we should probably do a video about that too. But that's like, maybe another training video. But I know that you're new, so you're probably asking yourself, how can I do this face to face? Okay, so what I did, and I think even to this day, and you can tell me because you grow your business mostly on social media, Taina, is I used Facebook as a platform to show my personal before and after pictures and to show my customers personal before and after pictures testimonies so that I could book appointments with people in person, so that I could go to their house and have a couple people over that I didn't know and do sample parties. I didn't do events until later on in my business. I started to do events because I didn't really know anything about that. I didn't know how to find good ones. I didn't know how to find people that would respond to our products and want our products. I didn't understand that you had to find a certain type of audience with an event because most of the time you have to pay to be at an event. So that's a whole different thing, but I'll get into that. So that's how I used Facebook with the combination of face-to-face at the beginning of my business. I think that would still work today. And the reason I'm telling you I think it would still work today is because that's how I make sample cash. That's why I sell a lot of keto coffee, is because I show myself going to the mailbox. I show myself getting paid PayPal payments. I show myself making my coffee almost every day in my stories. And if it's not in my stories, it's on Facebook Live and I'm talking to people drinking my coffee. So that's kind of how I married the two things together at the beginning of my business. But a lot of it was referrals, face-to-face appointments at Starbucks where I would show people the catalog. I would sample whatever products I had with me at the time that were sampleable. Now we have so many more products. At that time, I just had wraps and greens that I could have them try. I'd have them go wrap in the bathroom, take their before picture, leave it on for 45 minutes while they had their wrap on. I would go through the catalog with them. I would ask them what their goals were. And then I would suggest a couple things. They go take the wrap off. We take an after picture. And then we put those pictures side by side. Sometimes the person would say, okay, yeah, I want to have a couple friends over. So I would offer another wrap if they had 5 people over, because I didn't really care about the cost of the wrap to wrap the host for free if I was going to get in front of 6 people I didn't know before, because I knew those 6 people were going to want to wrap right then and there. So do the math, 25, 25, 25, 25. Over $100.
And I want to say, too, the Blitz card helps a lot.
Yes.
Because back in the day is what we used to do when I joined, too. It wasn't like social media like it is now. I'm glad that it is because I like it. But the Blitz card really will help you in the situations where you want to see if people want to have a little sample event, because it says you want to try it for free, and it starts that conversation because they'll ask you and you can tell them how. But just real quick, Melissa, because I know you have a lot to share about this, you were saying how you can combine online and meeting people face to face. Absolutely. And that's something that I want to do more of. I'm not really into the parties and the expos just because I like quick things. So the one-on-one thing is
really
perfect.
good at it.
I'm like, let's go have some coffee. Let's go talk. I can talk all day. I love meeting people face to face. I don't really like being in front of a whole group of people. And that's something that I'm going to get comfortable with later because I want to be good at it. So it's not like something I won't do. I've done expos. I've done like a handful of expos. And to me, they're just like 3 hours, 4 hours. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I would like to work from my cozy bed, like right now. But I've had a lot of girls message me, hey girl, I see that like you're local to me. Do you want to meet up? I'd love to try your products. Or they'll ask me questions about the products and I'll find that they're local to me. And it's like, let's meet up. I can let you sample some of these products. You can buy some off me to try first. Or let's get a wrap on you. The wrap right away, like I'm telling you guys, that was the product that shocked me right away. Getting a wrap on someone or even just getting a cup of coffee in their hands now, the coffee's like the wrap to me now. People feel instantly better. The wrap gives them instant results that they see within their first few wraps. They're going to come back and they're going to ask you more. So yes, you can definitely schedule one-on-one appointments with social media still.
So as you can see, we work our businesses very differently, but I just wanted to piggyback on what you're saying. The reason why I'm so comfortable standing in front of a room full of people I don't know, 4 or 5 people, 2 people, whatever, and showing them the products is because of the confidence I have of seeing what that process does to my business. The reason I still do it this way is because for me personally, I'm a one-on-one person and it collapses time. I know that when I walk through the door of a sip and share and people are going to try the products, that they're going to sign up because I bring order forms in my bag and a pen, or I hand them my phone at the end. Like that's the close. It's very simple. You don't need to have like this 200 message conversation. To me, that's frustrating. I don't like that. And I'm not like that. I don't like messaging people. I much rather talk to them on the phone for 10 minutes and sign them up, because I know I can do that because I've done it so many times for so long. So I know that it's a strength of mine and that I can do it quickly. And that's why I like it. It has immediate results. When you walk into someone's house or you meet somebody for coffee, number one, the worst case scenario is you're going to make some cash. That's the worst thing that could happen, is they're going to buy the coffee from you for like $20 for a couple days and some chocolate creams, or they're going to buy, $5 one day sample from you, or they're going to go in the bathroom at Starbucks and they're going to give you $25 for a body wrap, and
That
then
is
take one home.
That's why I wish I was good at parties, because the 4 times that I had parties, we had handfuls of people sign up. Yes, they take maybe an hour and a half. I mean, you can make them short. And then, sometimes people want to ask questions and stuff like that. And sometimes you have to travel to get to them. Like sometimes you have a new person that joined you that's like a little bit further away. So yes, they take up more time. But when you sign 10, 7, 5 people in a couple hours, that is crazy. And it always blows my mind. Like, it's so worth it. And that's why I wanted you to do this video, because everybody needs to be doing it and trying it too.
Yes.
With, right when they get started, like set up that sample party or that one, like start doing a little bit of everything, because you're going to figure out what works best for you and what you really like to do. So don't like put anything off until you try it.
I absolutely love it because of all those reasons that you said, but I also love it because I'm not trying to brag. I've done this for 5 years. But the confidence of making money your first month in the business is what's going to keep you here. And it's what's going to help your team grow. And it's what's going to keep your team here and continue to grow and make money. And what I love about it is a newbie can walk in to a sample party. Like my first party, it was not even anybody that I knew. My first party was my husband was going to work drinking the greens, and his coworkers were like, "What is that like Shrek juice you're drinking? Like, what is that? You drink it every day." And he's like, "Oh, we weren't married yet." So he said, "Oh, my girlfriend makes me drink it because of my migraines." They're like, "Well, what else does she got?" Because they're girls. So they were like, "Well, what else does she got?" And then all of a sudden I got a text from him and he said, "Hey, can you send me your before and after picture from your wraps, from doing your wraps?" I said, "Sure." So then I sent it to him. 5 minutes later, "My coworker Bridget wants you to call her. She just had a baby. She wants to try these wraps. So call her at 6. I said, "Okay." That was my first party, you guys. That was my very first party. And I made $100 because I sold 4 wraps. I wrapped Bridget for free because she was a hostess. So I always do that, just like it says on the back of our Blitz card. Ask me how to try this for free. I always give that courtesy to the hostess because the hostess does most of the work for me. The hostess is the person that gets those people to her house, and I want to reward her for that because she's giving me referrals. So I want to be as kind as I can to the hostess for doing that for me. So I always give them something for free. Now you could probably do like a little coffee sample bag. But back then I did wraps, and so like I made $100 in wrap cash. So I paid myself back for signing up in the business, and I signed my first 4 loyal customers, and I got my shopping spree. Because once people have tried a wrap and they compare that before and after, it's so incredible that we have a product that can instantly give results in less than an hour. That's incredible. Like, I wanted to wrap the entire world when I started. If you were 2 feet away from me, I was going to find a way to get a wrap on you because I knew that that meant cash money in my pocket. While my business was growing, while my team was growing, while my customer base was growing, knowing that I could have that cash money in my pocket was very reassuring, and it gave me that confidence. And I think it can do the same thing for somebody that's brand new, because that's what we need, right? We need that win when we get started. So that was my first party. I didn't know anybody in the room. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have my upline there telling me, say this, say that, don't say this, don't say that. I had no idea what I was doing. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I gave myself a pep talk in the car, and then I walked in. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And I did it. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's actually one of my favorite ways to do this business because, like I said, because I've done it so many times, and the least amount of money I've ever walked out of a party with is $75, and the most amount of money I've ever walked out of a party with is $275. I know for a fact the worst case scenario is you're going to walk out with money in your pocket. The best case scenario, you're going to end up with money in your pocket, new customers, and new people on your team.
So how do you recommend someone new? How long do you recommend them schedule their first party? Like, should they wait a week? Should they wait 2 weeks? Should they wait like their first day, start asking people? Like, what do you recommend for them to get their first sample party set up? Or
I like to get people going right away. And when somebody new joins me, I want them to have a sip and sample within the first week that they get started.
so like start asking their friends and people that they know and see if they'll be willing to. Okay. Yeah. So
I have them call
I have a
other,
sample party when I first got started. I wish I would have. If somebody would have told me how huge it was, I would have scheduled one the first week. I was just like,
I did, and nobody showed up. A lot of you guys don't know that. I scheduled a party twice and nobody showed up. But like I just told you, my first party that I actually did was an amazing success. And I didn't know
you also
anybody.
don't need, I want to say this too, because you don't need a lot of product. So if you're obviously new,
Right.
might feel like I don't have a lot of product. I'm only going to get a certain amount of my kit. Maybe you want to sell it and make your money back that you put in for your kit. You don't need a lot of.
But this is the reason why you should boost your kit. You should order product for yourself that is not just the kit, because just the kit doesn't
Can you boost
really.
your kit after you've already joined? Like, can you go back and get more? Or
No,
I don't.
You can only do it when you enroll.
Okay.
Those packs are only available when you enroll, and they're specifically designed to make you a lot of cash money. That's why they exist.
Yeah.
But if you missed out on that, now you know that. So when you enroll somebody new, tell them the value of, you know what, you should have product because you're going to want to put this on people. You're going to want to sample this for people, and you're going to want them to pay you for it. And I didn't do it, and I totally regret it because I could have made so much money right off the bat. Also, another thing is because our company is in the middle of a global expansion, more than on one occasion, we have had kits on back order. And if you order a boost or a separate set of products, you're going to get that before your kit arrives anyway. So you're going to get products in your hands faster too. You have to keep that in mind. So you'll have it right there to sell to people. And I always recommend wraps and coffee because those are best sellers. That's something somebody can try and get immediate results with, either of those products. But if you missed it, you can always go into your eSuite and you can add, something into your cart that you want to have for personal use, because your personal results, let me talk about that for a minute. My personal results when I first got started have made me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The first before and after picture I had, after I did 3 reps. And back then you didn't have to send it to corporate to get approved or any of that nonsense. You could just put before and after at the bottom of the picture and show it to people. And I used that picture at parties for like 3 years. So it's made me a lot of money. If you don't have a before and after picture, you need one, because it's a very easy way to contact somebody that you're meeting for the first time face to face, and then keep in contact with them and get their phone number or get their social media so you can keep in contact with them that way. So recently I did an event at a school up the street from, not up the street, but like 5 minutes away from here. And I had a table at a college. and I was sampling the coffee, right? Sampling the coffee, sampling the coffee. Here's a hard, fast rule that I made for myself when I started the business was if I've ever met you in person, if I've ever been at a party with you, if your face is in the same picture that my face is in, I'm going to ask you if you have Facebook. I don't care if we didn't even talk to each other. If I exchange 2 words with you, or I know what your name is, or I didn't get to meet you at that party, but I know your friend and I know your friend's Facebook account, I'm going to look for you on Facebook. I'm going to request you. That's my hard, fast rule. If I've met you, I'm adding you to Facebook or Instagram. And I've organically grown my network that way for years. But there's a super easy way to get people's contact information that picture is going to help you with. I, believe it or not, am a very introverted person. When I started this business, I was extremely shy. I did not start conversations with people, like ever. I just didn't. I just wasn't that social. I don't know. I was just very shy. So what I would do is when I wasn't at work, I would wear my It Work shirts. So when I would leave work, if I had to run a couple errands or whatever I was doing after work, I'd put on my At Work shirt and I'd go out and I'd be wearing that shirt. And our shirts are really cute. They always have been, and they're very eye-catching. So people will naturally ask you about your shirt that you're wearing. But another thing I did is I used to wear a Blitz card, which if you don't know what a Blitz card is, I'm going to show you right now. Uh-oh, I don't know what happened to that thing. So I used to wear a Blitz card, and I laminated it and put it on like a necklace, like a lanyard around my neck. And you're out and about, you know this. If you see somebody with a lanyard hanging around their neck, you're always going to look at it, right? You're going to be like, what is that? So that got people to start a conversation with me too, is wearing the lanyard. I can't find it. It's in my purse. I always have them in my purse, right? So I'm going to put it in the comments of this video so you can see what I mean, our Blitz card. Get it laminated front and back, punch a hole through it, and wear it around your neck. So this is my Disney lanyard that I'm going to take with me when I go on my Disney cruise next month. So you could get something like this and just hole punch it, and even hanging off of here, you could even put it in this little pouch and wear that. Okay? That's what I used to do. And people would always ask me first. They would always ask me first. And then I had a little one, like a little luggage tag, hanging off my purse, which I can take a picture of that and I can put in the comments so you know what I mean. I always had that. Always, always, always. So people would always ask me about it. And then the other thing that we have now is we have our coffee. We have our keto coffee little envelopes, right? So I laminated one of those, and I also hang those off my purse. So people ask me about the keto coffee. They might be seeing it on Instagram or Facebook because of some other distributor that does it, but they're going to sign up with me because when they start the conversation for seeing it hanging off my purse, I'm going to sign them up. So that's another thing I want to talk about. I've done lots of parties, right? So we used to call it parties. Now we call it sip and shares, where you go and you show people the products and they sample the products. They try a couple things. Okay. So every time I would walk into a room, I always ask people, who here has heard of It Works or our body wraps before? Today I would say our keto coffee because it's so popular. Who's heard of our keto coffee before, body wraps? A lot of people do raise their hand because, you know, our company's been around for 18 years now. And because of social media, a lot of more people know about it. But even if 10 people raise their hand in the room, none of those people have actually tried it. Because that will be my second question is, how many of you guys have tried it? Nobody keeps their hand up. None of them try it. So then I say, okay, well, today, you're going to try it. And I'm so excited for you. So that's the thing that I want you guys to think about too, is when you try something, when you taste something for the first time and it's food, like for example, when you go to Costco and they have samples, right? It's lunchtime, they have samples for different things that they have. 9 times out of 10, those people that try the samples, they end up going to buy whatever is being sampled, right? The same thing comes with your business. If you're putting a body wrap on somebody or you're having them try the keto coffee for the first time with vanilla creamer is what I recommend. I heard this from another distributor that does events all the time. They're going to want more. They're going to want to buy it because they just tried it from you. And they now know what it tastes like. They know that they like it, so they want to order it. And that's also why Sample Cash is amazing. Sample Cash is how I make money off social media, but turning that Sample Cash customer into a loyal customer is very easy because they've already tried the coffee or the collagen or the keto energy or whatever it is that you sampled for them for a couple days, and they're going to want more, and they're going to want it at a discount because they already know they like it. So that's another way to use social media to like kind of marry the two things of using social media and in-person exposures is what we call it to your benefit. So if you're not doing Sample Cash, if you're not putting wraps on people or meeting people for keto coffee at Starbucks, making them a cup of keto coffee, or having people that you know, have sip-in samples for you. Because that's the thing I learned very early on. You are just one person away from a completely different network of people and friends that you didn't know before. You may think, I don't really know a lot of people, but in reality you do. Because the few people that you know might know a lot of people that you don't know. But if you simply just ask somebody that you do know to have a couple people over because you're brand new, you decided to do this business and you need to expand your network. These are the words I would use. I just started a business. Please, Auntie, will you have some of your friends over? I need to expand my network. You don't have to buy anything from me, Auntie, but I want to show you what we have. Guess what happens? Auntie buys something from you and all her friends are your loyal customers because they all tried the keto coffee. They think it's amazing. They all tried the collagen. They know it's going to keep them young and they want it in their life. So it's very easy to sign people up if you sample things for them in person. It collapses a lot of time. It saves you a lot of time. And it's only going to take an hour of your time. So would you rather send 100 messages to people you really don't know that well? Or would you rather spend an hour of your time with 5 people you didn't know yesterday, but they're friends of your friends, and have all of them sample the products and have them sign up with you because somebody else talked about it on Instagram, so they're kind of already familiar with it, but you're the person that took the time to actually sample it for them and tell them how it works. So they're going to trust you and they're going to sign up with you. I'd rather just take an hour of my time, in all honesty. And I don't think it's a waste of time to get in the car and go and do that because I know what it's going to do for my business. And I know I need a lot fewer parties to get the kind of results that I want. So if you want to promote, if you want to make $500, $1,000, $2,000 in this business quickly, I recommend you do both things. Because social media, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes you already have influence and you already have friends on there and people know you very well because you've already been doing it before this business even came into the picture. And those people do sign up, a lot of people. But the majority of people, that's not their situation. Their network's not that big. And that was me. My network was not that big. And so I was like, well, how do I grow this business quickly? Because I need to make money because I hate my job and I want to leave. So that's what I did. Am I missing anything? Do you want me to talk about like how I close people at parties or like how I book parties from events or any of those things?
I think this is good, and I think that once they start having parties and have those questions, maybe they can come and ask you more detail, like how to seal the deal and all that, which I think we share a lot about on our Zooms and stuff like that. So just plug in. If you're new, make sure you're plugging in as much as possible, and we can answer those questions there too.
Yeah, because we do take the time to do weekly trainings for the team about things that they want trainings on. So that's like something we do pretty much once a week. The last week we did it on money mindset. So we're always training you guys on whatever it is that you need to be successful at your business. So I guess that's it, huh? We covered everything. We didn't want to make it too long.